Okay, kids, you want it? You got it. Let's get into this, man. I mean, this ain't going to be pretty. I'm telling you right now, I'm in a bad mood today, and I'm blaming the 49ers. I would have been fine, okay? But I watched that Niner game yesterday, and I'm still pissed, and we're going to get into that in great detail today. But, of course, Tony, the new tradition carries on now where we have decided to honor the pre-show post of the day, any post that we see before the show starts that captures our imagination or attention. Today, it's going out to Lily Merchant. She's always been one of my favorites since opening day when she was posted up right near the door at Longbridge with her crew. You know what I mean? And then she came down and supported me when I was playing that gig at the Water Bar. Lily's a gangster. And Lily said right before we went live, Tony, I looked over. I said, all right, where's my pre-show post of the day? Lily jumped off the page. She goes, hey, guys, I'm using my Goha to clean my plants right after the show today. There it is, Tony. Lily, congratulations. You are the winner. See, and keep that away from Rags, as I said, for obvious reasons. But Lily will be using the Goha later today. And that's just more evidence, Tony, that the PMP sponsors, dude, they're trickling into the community, whether it's patients lining up to see Dr. Young, whether it's people calling Los D saying, bro, help me with my mortgage. Maybe it's Lily Merchant saying, yo, Dom, get me one of those Gohas so I can clean my leaves. It's all happening. And then, of course, Longbridge, where we all like to meet and gather, and more on that soon. But anyway, congratulations, Lily. There's no prize. It's just a prestige. You know what I mean? It's just a prestige. So when people stop you on the street, they'll be like, hey, aren't you Lily Merchant? Didn't you just win the pre-show post of the day? Congratulations. Anyway, Lily, that's from us to you. God love you. And Creative Tony's in the house. How you feeling, dude? I don't know if you're as upset. Tony and I really didn't talk about the game, so I don't know where his head's at. My head is kind of I'm in a dark place, dude. I'm blaming the San Francisco 49ers who play in Santa Clara. And by the way, this is just an indication of how pissed I am today. Can we stop wearing white at home, dude? What is this? What is this? It was cloudy yesterday. We can't wear red now in our own yard. And by the way, they're going to wear those black things at some point. So now you're scaling me back. Tony, I think there's 5 games now, 5 home games where maybe we'll see the red. Maybe not the way things are going. I don't know. Sorry, Tony, I'm on a rant. How are you today, man? How you doing, man?
First of all, we know that one of those 5 games is going to be in the black jersey.
That's what I just said. Yeah. So that's why.
So then we have 4. You're telling me that we have 4 games and possibly.
I think it would be 5, but still, it's not enough. I mean, 5. I mean, we're supposed to wear red at home, and I'm blaming the whites for partially having their hands in that loss yesterday. I don't like the Niners wearing white at home. I don't like a lot of stuff today, Tony. Yeah.
What happened to the excuse that we're only going to wear whites when it's really hot?
That's what I'm saying. It was cloudy, dude. It was like 65 degrees. It wasn't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Where the mojo's off. You know, the whole universe and the particles are saying, whoa. Why are the Niners wearing white at home? I don't know what to do here. So I'm sort of blaming the jerseys as well on top of the poor play because it was piss poor yesterday, and we're gonna get into it, Tony. Sorry, go ahead, man. Give me all your thoughts, man.
One of my dear friends, Mark Wiseman, aka Your Mom Is Cool.
Yeah.
He asked me yesterday, he's like, are the Niners do they want to be the Cowboys? Like, what is this white jersey at home nonsense? Because the Cowboys are the only team at home that wears white at home. And then I just saw Hacksaw Montana on the chat. He says, what are we? The Cowboys, white at home?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, enough's enough. Can we get back to the tradition of the Reds at home? Hey, as much as we don't like the Chiefs, tip my cap to the Chiefs because it's a lot hotter in Kansas City and they wear their Reds at home.
Hey, my God, the nutters out here going, hey, boys, it was 100 degrees in Tampa Bay yesterday. Tampa threw on the dark jerseys. They're home. Come on, you guys. Come on. Anyway, that's not the story, but it's part of the story yesterday. And I'm back-to-back home games, both wearing white. What the hell are we doing, bro? What are we doing? You know?
Hey, how about like a preview for Studs and Duds? A dud. The white jersey at home. How about that for a dud?
You know what? It's like when you go to the polls to vote, that's going to be a write-in. That's going to be my write-in because I got duds. My dud list could be 3 miles long today. And by the way, shout out to the birds 8 miles high. Tony, also, other updates going on because there's a lot to get to today.
No, not.
Okay.
See, okay. I'm gonna get forceful early, Paulie. Because
give me the tuba. I need the close encounters just to straighten me out.
I got what? Well,
I do need that kind of discipline. I do. Yeah.
And also,
there ain't no rules.
And also, I'd like to welcome back one word to the show that's
right.
very, very, very applicable to yesterday's mess of a football game. Stand by, Paulie. If you're ready.
Drop! Oh, dude. Whoa,
Oh.
I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drops. You get a drop. You get a drop. You get a drop. Everybody gets a drop. Dude, dropping. What did I say I'm like an angry parent today. What did I say all week last week? How many times did Tony and I sit down the PMP community and say, guys, Jacksonville's coming in. What's the one thing we know about them? They take the freaking ball away.
Yep.
You would think they would have been like prepared for that. Nope, they turned it over 4 times yesterday. So there's a lot of bad ball to dissect today. Also, Tony, the Giants have just shown Bob Melvin the door. So that's
you want to talk about
we're all Giant fans. We got to at least acknowledge that. You're like, I mean, they fired their manager. It's a big deal. Yeah.
So it's Bob Melvin's fault. They lost 15 out of 16. Like don't get me started on that, dude, because
I want your takes. No, this is exactly why I brought it up. Give it to me. Go ahead. You can defend Bob Melvin all day. Give it to me.
One more time before we move on.
Drop.
Okay. That was the theme of the game yesterday. Hey, Kendrick Bourne, feel free to catch a football. So Paulie,
at your leisure, go ahead and grab one of those flying through the air. Just catch that one. Yeah.
As we like to say,
that's why you make the big bucks. That's why you make the big bucks. You want to be in the NFL? Make the play. That's all. Make the freaking play.
As we like to say on the show, for a goof, catch the ball. Just for a goof, you know.
I got Tony. I got Kendrick Bourne with a big drop in the third quarter, like right in the midfield, like right on the 50. He had 2 drops in the first half. McCaffrey, he dropped one too. Late second quarter. Jawan Jennings dropped one in the flipping end zone. Kid I hit him on the hands.
Why is Kendrick Bourne getting the nod over a fresh and highly anticipated Demarcus Robinson? They didn't throw the ball to Robinson until late in the third quarter. Anyways, dude, I'm just sitting there going, I was really excited to get Demarcus Robinson back. I was excited to see him to be a part of the game plan. Dude, he didn't. It's just,
you just straight. You were about to go to give me a Bob Melvin thing. Finish that thought. I want to hear that because you were like, was it Bob Melvin's fault they lost 15 games at home in June or whatever? Finish that. I want you to finish your Melvin thing real quick.
I trust Buster. I do. At the end of the day, I trust Buster, and I love that Buster's in charge. I don't like the move, though, personally. I like Bob Melvin. I think he's a great baseball man and great baseball mind, and I think that he tried how many different lineups to try and get something going this year? I mean, dude, it just wasn't a very good lineup for a lot of the season. It's just it's like, hey, Bob, here's a plate of just mashed potatoes, and you're not allowed to add anything to it, and make a great meal out of it. Okay. It's like, I need some butter. I need some sour cream. I need some chives. I need
How about
some
salt and pepper? I did a little salt and pepper on there. Yeah.
Right. I mean, they finally added butter, maybe some butter or some sour cream with Devers when he came to the mix. But Devers ended up being, talk about a dud. He was a dud for a very long time until he started to heat up. Yeah. I do want to tip my cap to Adamas, Willie Mack Award winner. He got to 30 bombs. Yeah. And you know what? That's what they brought him here for. And I'm very excited to see him next year. But, dude, like the lack of continuity at the top is starting to tick me off. And I like Melvin. And I think that I just maybe there's stuff going on in the clubhouse that we don't know about. I know that he's very he's not a rah guy.
No.
But not many managers are these days. I mean, look at Dave Roberts. He's not a rah guy. No. Look at I'm just looking all around the league. There's not many raw. Bruce Bochy is not a rah guy. And
now you mentioned Bruce Bochy. You know, Bob Nightingale last night trickled it out already.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't think you can go back either. As much as I love the king of all kings, Bruce Bochy, I don't think you go back. I don't, because there's too much potential for things to not work out, and I don't want Bochy's. I don't want his the way people perceive him in San Francisco. I don't want that tarnished. And what else does Bruce Bochy have to accomplish anyway? 3 World Series in San Francisco, goes down to Texas, wins another one. If I'm Bruce Bochy, I start thinking about maybe spending more time on the ranch, doing some hunting, like relax. But I mean, if he wants to continue going, he should. But Buster, do you trust Buster to make the right decision? I'm sure Buster will have a conversation with Bruce Bochy at the very least.
Hold on.
If you need a beer, grab a beer.
I think Buster should maybe talk to Bochy about coming on to into the front office, maybe as some sort of consultant.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to see Bochy back in the dugout. I love Bochy, but like you said, it's time to ride off into the sunset and go fishing.
Yeah.
But dude, have conversations with Buster. Talk to Buster. And yes, like I said a few minutes ago, at the end of the day, I trust Buster. I just hate that here we are yet another managerial search. And I'm dying to know who they think is going to come in and just be like this immediate spark plug. It'll be very interesting to see.
Maybe Marty Lurie should be the manager. You know? Guys, let me take a knee, guys. Let me have a word with you. We're going to focus on fundamentals. You know what I mean? We bring Marty in and just throw a hat on him and say, Marty, you're the new skipper. Make it happen. He'd love that. You know what I mean? He would love that.
Right. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. And I just don't like the lack of continuity. I don't like the constant change. And it's just, and I don't know what they're looking for in a manager, because Melvin is a very good baseball mind.
Shout out you two. I still don't know what I'm looking for. And shout out to the Hum Daddies, who I did a U2 roundtable with him and Jake Lucas, Ted Roundy's guy one time. I can't believe I just said that. Ted Roundy's the guy I went to high school with. Delete that. Yes. Ted Ramey. There's a big difference between Ramey and Roundy. Anyway, shout out. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Tony, I want to make one other quick announcement, and then I want to do Stellar Design, give Dom Peralta some love, because Dom was heavily involved in helping us with the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. And let me tell you something, you guys. I don't think I've been prouder of anything we've done on this show than I am about this. Dom and Tony and I were talking last week about launching this fundraiser just to help the food bank. Look at this. We're at $1,225. I really am blown away. I don't know what to say other than thank you guys very, very much. I was afraid we wouldn't even, not that I underestimated you guys. I just didn't expect this. I thought maybe, look, we get $500. What a huge win that's going to be. Bro, we got $500 in like 20 minutes on Friday. So everybody who's chipped in here, I just want to say thank you so very much. Your generosity is going to go to a great cause here. And the link is still open. Now, if you would like to contribute, just go to the Polymac Particles homepage on YouTube. And right up at the top, when you get to the page, you'll see the link up there. Just click that link. It's all set up thanks to Dom. He made the artwork here with the with all the visuals. And boy, oh boy, I am really, really proud of you guys. And thank you so much for chipping in. We were all playing a part in this, T. What do you got, buddy?
I'm thrilled as well, Paulie. I was checked in a couple times over the weekend. I'm like, look at this. We're over.
I know, right? Me too. Waking up Saturday, it was like, what a great way to start the weekend, seeing how much money it trickled in. It's overwhelming, man. It's great.
And also to reiterate, the SF Marin Food Bank is matching the donations for today and tomorrow through September, right? Through September. So a couple more days. And that's just the SF Marin Food Bank being awesome. And then we found out that SF Marin Food Bank they're friends with Neil and Longbridge Pizza. So there's like a whole connection there as well. And they're both in the dog patch. So there's just good particles, as we like to say, involved with SF Marin Food Bank, with Longbridge Pizza, with our show, and with the PMP Familia and everybody chipping in, and couldn't be happier. And just, it's what we're supposed to do in this time of year. We're very fortunate. I don't know, just very, very thankful. I'm very thankful for what I have in life, and to have you, Paulie, and to have everybody listening to this show, watching this show. Yeah. And just to be, have a roof over my head and a healthy family and health of my own, everything. So you just count your blessings and then look out for those who aren't as fortunate. Who somebody I really want to look out for, Paulie? And then we can get to Stellar Design is Taylor Swift. She's not making enough money, you told me before the show.
Well, apparently, yeah, the offer from the NFL, from what I've heard from and I do, kidding aside, dude, I do have some people I would call insiders in the entertainment industry, some heavily connected, dialed in. I really do. I do. And so do you. And these persons that go pretty high up the food chain in the entertainment industry have told me that I guess the NFL did approach Taylor Swift. They did present her with an offer. And apparently, I don't want to misquote her, so let me just pull this up real quick. What I understand was the offer that they presented to T Swizzle was not to her liking because, Tony, it didn't reflect her real value. Wow. Hey, T Swift, check this out, kid. It ain't gonna kill you to maybe just go out there and do something good, like we just did. I didn't see Tony saying, what's this food bank doesn't reflect my true value. You know what I mean? Words that have never been spoken. Polymac doesn't open the mic and go, guys, I'd love to help the food bank, but you know what? Their offer, it just isn't good enough. So anyway, she walked away, dude. She walked away, and in comes Bad Bunny. So the halftime show is now set. I do know from the people that I know, once again, I know people working with Metallica, and apparently those boys are none too happy about this. It's the second time the Super Bowl's been to the Bay Area in the last, 15 years, 10 years. Neither time Metallica has been tapped to play. And think of it like this, Tony. I'm just going to try to be fair about this. In 50 years, people are still going to be talking about Metallica. They're going to be listening to Metallica as one of the great kind of genre busting bands of all time. They kind of took the baton from Black Sabbath and turned it into their own thing, like the whole speed metal thing. And we saw them, dude, at Levi's. They're an institution. They're an iconic band. They will be listened to 50 years. I'm not sure I can say the same for Bad Bunny. You know what I mean? Who has no Bay Area ties? None. And by the way, I got nothing against this kid. I don't. I saw him on Saturday Night Live last year. He was okay. But at the same time, he is not an iconic all-time 50 years from now, people are going to be dissecting the work of Bad Bunny, but they will be doing that for Metallica. So I feel bad for those guys. They feel insulted. Like, well, we don't count. Our hundreds of millions of album sales aren't good enough for the NFL. And last thing on that, Tony, Neil Sean from Journey over the weekend sent a post out before this was announced. And he goes, guys, hey, NFL, how about this for a halftime show? An all Bay Area Brotherhood show featuring songs from Journey, Santana, and Metallica. And that's not even mentioning the Grateful Dead, maybe the biggest of the San Francisco bands. So in other words, they could have come up with something specific to our hometown. They chose not to. They're going with Tony's guy, Bad Bunny.
I will say, I want to tip my cap to Bad Bunny's role in Happy Gilmore too. He actually does a really good job. He's the caddy.
That's a film I'm never going to watch, by the way, ever, because you told me it's a piece of S, and I believed you. And I'm like, that's all I need to hear. I'm not going to waste my time because there's too many other good things to watch. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, I'm finishing up Squid Game season 3 right now, and I'm late to the party on that too. But wow, what just a dark, twisted show, man! Holy.
Which show? I'm sorry, Tony. What show?
Squid Game. It's just.
Oh, you haven't even seen. Oh, God, I finished that months ago. Yeah. What are you on season 2 now?
No, 3. Season 3.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah, enjoy, bro. No, it's dark. It's dark as hell. Yeah.
I love it though. But Happy Gilmore.
Have you seen the jump rope thing yet? Have you gotten the jumping rope? Okay. We're jumping rope. We're running over bridges, bro. It's mayhem on that show. Mayhem. I kind of feel like that in my own life sometimes. Like I'm jumping rope, like on some bridge. Yeah.
You know, number 456, just forever, number 456.
Who was that? I don't really remember. Who was 456? Which character?
He's the last guy.
Oh, he's still going. Yeah.
Guy.
The last guy. Yeah, the last guy.
Spoiler alert, by the way. But Paulie, yes. Bad Bunny was actually entertaining, and I jumped the gun a little bit on Happy Gilmore too. It's not great, but it's not horrible.
Oh, look at you softening your stance. Look at you.
You know, it's not horrible. It's not, but it's not. I mean, it's worth a one watch. Probably.
Is it? All right, I still don't want to watch it. Hey, Tony,
hold on. You need to have plenty of extracurriculars handy when you're watching the movie.
I would think so. I mean, come on, you know.
And also, after we're done with Stellar Design,
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
There's some things that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Down at Levi's Stadium that we really need to get into.
Okay, Tony, let's talk corporate America speak. Tony, put a pin in that. Put a pin in that while I pivot. I'm going to pivot over here to Stellar. Pin in your Niner takes, pivot to Stellar. And sorry, Dom, I should never use that kind of terminology when I'm speaking about your great company. But yeah, I want to talk about Stellar Design. And I have a truckload of angry Niner takes that are pent. I'm about to blow. Mount St. Pauli Mac is about to blow. But let's do Stellar Design first. Of course, Don Peralta. Listen, you know him, you love him, you wish you could be like him, but you can't. That's what Bruce used to say about Clarence Clemens. The big man, you know you want to be like him, but you can't. That's how I feel about Don Peralta. Stellar Design, the San Francisco Bay Area industrial design studio, Tony, shaping the future of keep playing with those while I read this. With the product of product innovation, they were founded in 2014. Nice lifeline so far. They guide ideas from concept to production through prototyping, testing, and then eventually launch. From breakthrough consumer electronics to life-saving medical devices, Stellar merges cutting-edge technology with stunning aesthetics, so your product looks amazing and works flawlessly. And then finally, Tony, I would just say, listen, they create award-winning design. We've showcased this many times with meaningful connections between people, product, and brand. That's a big thing with Dom. He's a people guy. He likes to connect. He likes to cultivate a relationship. We've definitely done that. So if you're watching the show, you have a little startup company, you're working out of your mom and pop's garage or something like that, that's cool. Maybe you're a big Fortune 500 company, that's cool too. Stellar can work with all of y'all, and they offer partnership to achieve out-of-this-world design. So visit good people, stellar.design, and make design impact, stellar.design. Get all the info there. Check out Dom's work, or reach out to him yourself, Dominic at stellar.design, 650-796-3144. 650-796-3144. Thank you so much, Dom. Freaking love you. Tony, put down the Goha. It's time to talk Niner Ball. No more props. Now it's time for the anger to come flowing. Remember in Children of the Grave by Black Sabbath, the final lyric of the song? There'll be a time when love comes flowing through. Today's going to be the day where hate comes flowing through. Well, it's not hate. It's just anger. I am pissed. And I got to admit to you, Tony, I'm a little worried about this Niner team. I think things could take a turn here because you look at yesterday, I would grade them poorly in every regard of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, coaching. I'm giving you guys D's and F's across the board. There was nothing there that made me happy. And then if you go back 2 weeks ago, beating the Cardinals at home, great, I'll take that win. But, dude, again, Eddie Pinheiro was responsible for 10 of the 16 points. So this team isn't really scoring. This team is not getting to the quarterback. This is maybe the most egregious of all the stats yesterday, or the 4 turnovers as well. But for the first time since 2015, Tony, the San Francisco 49er defense did not have a quarterback hit. I'm talking zeros, goose eggs. Did not have a quarterback sack. 0. That has not happened in 10 years. These are all causes for concern. You don't seem to be quite as worried as I am, which is fine. But what are your responses to all this? Like not getting to the quarterback, special teams was awful, offense was awful, 4 turnovers. Talk to me.
4 games and one of the greatest running backs in the history of the game, and they don't have a rushing touchdown. Their red zone offense is very bad.
Putrid.
Kendrick Bourne, Christian McCaffrey, everybody.
You got the power.
Wrong drop.
No, it worked for me. It worked for me. In fact, give it to me again. Give it to me again. I need it. I need Dirk Diggler singing. Yeah.
Well, hold on, then I'll play.
You got the touch.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Hey, T, I'm going to talk to the Freestone Peaches, see if we can work that one into our set Saturday at Sweetwater. Guys, real quick, you got the touch. 1, 2, 3. We'll see if it works. I will be giving away Freestone Peaches tickets this week, by the way, because I do have that gig this Saturday at Sweetwater. Stand by for your chance to win. Hey, Rags, good to see you, buddy. I want to be talking about your Cowboys in a little bit. I love the game. I know you wanted to win, but what a way to end the weekend. Anyway, Tony, go back to your takes. That wasn't the soundbite you wanted. I loved it anyway. What else is up your sleeve?
First of all, I'm going to say you're a winner.
You know the streets, dude. Yeah. You know the streets. Yeah. You're a winner. Yeah.
You're nobody's fool.
By the way, just for your heads, Boogie Nights right now has been running on Showtime. So I think it was last Wednesday after the night flight. I went, I was sitting in front of my TV. I might have been spinning one up. I would never admit that on the air, but I might have been rolling them up. And all of a sudden, there he was, dude, Dirk Diggler yelling at his mom. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to settle in for a few minutes of Boogie Nights tonight. Because sometimes all you need is 20 minutes. Just get a little hit, you get some Dirk. And bro, never, ever, ever sleep on Philip Seymour Hoffman, dude. His with the shorts, dude, the shirt. He's got like a half shirt on with his belly hanging out, dude. The late Philip Seymour Hoffman, incredible. Burt Reynolds, too. Burt Reynolds in the hop tub. Amazing.
Everybody, the whole cast.
John C. Reilly. I mean, it's an amazing cast. Yeah.
Whole cast is amazing. It's an epic film. Paulie, first of all, this is what I was going to play before.
Drop!
Because that was the theme of the game pretty much. It's like, hey, I'm going to throw the ball to you and we're going to drop it. And it's like, I think at least 6, right?
6 drops. 6 of them. Yeah, including the one, the Kendrick Bourne drop in the middle. He was essentially at the 50-yard line with a lot of green grass in front of him, and he dropped it. And that one was unforgivable because he had already had 2 drops in the first half, dude. It was brutal.
I do want to give one bright spot of yesterday is that freaking rookie Upton Stout, dude.
He's playing good ball. I think, he is a bright spot on defense. I'll give you that.
He got robbed on that PI call. That was not PI. And also, for him to get in position, that was a great defensive play. I mean, and to get that yanked away from him, and that is a game-changing play, by the way, because that's Niner ball deep in Jags territory. Instead, it's a penalty on the Niners, and the Jags keep marching. It's like, wait, what are we doing here, man? And then there was, we can get into this later, studs and duds, because I don't want to give my duds away, but I'll explain it later. It has to do with the Niner game yesterday as well.
Can we stay on McCaffrey for a second, T? Can we just stay on that? Because I want to throw something out there. I agree with you. Christian McCaffrey has not been effective this year, and I don't blame him at all. But here's his numbers yesterday. Rushing the football, very disappointing. He got 17 carries, Tony, for 49 yards, and his average yards per rush, 2.9.
Yeah,
2.9. And I will tell you this: it's a combination of things. It's a Niner offensive line not effectively opening up lanes, obviously, but throw on top of that, you can see how much they miss George Kittle. I saw it yesterday because when Kittle's in the blocking schemes and the ground game, the Niners are very effective, and you see the loss without him. Like what an effect this has. And then it's Kittle, the receiver, is a whole other conversation. But I felt like I really felt Kittle's absence yesterday, Tony, blocking. And it's the same with Nick Bosa on the other side of the ball. Without Nick Bosa, suddenly we can't even we can't even sniff the quarterback. So I'm starting to get a little concerned. And dude, short week, you and I, we got to come up with some answers, because we're going to be hanging out on Thursday with Brent Jones, Frank Gore, and Bryant Young watching this Rams game. And let me tell you what, I'm a little worried about this Rams game. I told you they were going to beat the Colts, and they did. So now they're home, they're feeling good, and we're coming down. We're driving down that grapevine, Tony, and I'm a little concerned. Anyway,
I'm absolutely concerned. The 3-1 is misleading.
Yeah,
right. But I also heard chatter this morning. Who was telling me? Somebody, I forget who it was, but they were like, I'm wondering if Mac Jones wins that game and not Brock Purdy. I'm like, hold on, time out. Because with that type of pressure that Purdy faced yesterday, Mac Jones is not doing anything different than what Purdy did yesterday. And by the way, both interceptions were tipped balls, first of all. So that's not on Purdy. That's the defense getting pressure. The O-line, O-line. What's going on? Trent Williams. What's going on? Trent Williams.
Let it out. That's what I said. We got to let it out today, man. Go. Trent Williams.
I feel like the Niners are so reliant on Trent Williams. And then when he's not playing his Hall of Fame self, then it's like dominoes, right? And bleep rolls downhill. And he's not playing like his Hall of Fame self yet. And I know Colby, 7th round pick, we're asking a lot from him. Filling in for Barch, but man,
I'm only laughing. Sorry, Tony, to interrupt you, dude. I was not expecting this. I see a couple of supers we got to get to. I look over, I see Danny Ogden. Go Jags. This kid. So we do have a Jags fan in our midst. He's a great guy too. What's up, Danny? Good to see you, brother. Daniel Ogden, who works right alongside Tom Tolbert. He's part of the Bay Area Sports Collective. We're all in that same broadcast network. Yeah, go Jags. Hey, you know what though, dude? You guys in my opinion, you outplayed us. You're ball hawking like I've never seen. So they now have, how about dude, this is amazing. 13 takeaways in 4 games. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I thought Trevor Lawrence looked okay. I got nothing against that kid. In fact, I kind of root for him. But no, the Jacksonville Jaguars were the better team yesterday. I'm not Devin Lloyd. I mean, you guys, you outplayed us, man. I can't say anything about it, but it's just kind of funny to see a Jags fan, dude. The only one I've ever seen in California is our boy Denny Ogden. But Tony, finish your take. You're talking Trent Williams. Finish that up. What are any concerns about?
You mentioned supers, Paul. You can't mention supers and then expect me to fly by. Okay. The only flying we're gonna do, Paulie, is
Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
Yeah, I'm sorry to dispute you, but we're going to have to include other great flying moments. Ozzy Osbourne flying high again. I'm going to go to Rush, Fly by Night. Tony learning to fly by the never again to be mentioned. Well, Roger Waters wasn't even part of that. See, they do learning to fly without him. We don't need you, Raj. Stay home. Stay home. Let Gilmore take this one. Yeah.
And then doesn't Tom Petty have like songs
learning to fly, but I ain't got wind. Dude, coming down is the hardest thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. God. Read into that what you will.
I think at least once a week I have a Petty moment where I'm like, God bless America. I miss him.
Yeah.
And so anyways, but
you and me both. Hey, Centaur, what's up, man? Straight from the Polymac Particle Sports Desk. Take this one, T. What's he got for us?
Robot Centaur, thank you for the super brother. He says NFL is known to lowball halftime performers because artists see a 200% increase in sales and streams after they perform during the Super Bowl. I totally get it. And Paulie, the NFL is not marketing to us. In our age,
they're marketing to
the younger generations that are into Bad Bunny. When my son saw that Bad Bunny was playing halftime, he was pumped.
By the way, so if he's Bad Bunny, is there like an alter ego, like a good bunny? Tony, is there a funny bunny? You know what I mean? Are there other bunnies I need to be aware of, or is there only just the one, the bad one?
I got two. First of all, there's Honey Bunny in Pulp Fiction.
That's a hell of a pull.
Right
away, Honey Bunny. Give me dude, great call. The guy jumping up, still pointing his gun. All right, this is a robbery. Yeah, dude, Honey Bunny. Love you too, Honey Bunny. Yeah, be cool, Honey Bunny. You got Sam Jackson. Tell that bitch to be cool. Tell that bitch to chill. He's like, be cool, Honey Bunny. Be cool. Great call on Honey Bunny. Sorry for that Pulp Fiction outburst. Go ahead, T.
Probably the most famous bunny of all, Paulie. Is.
Do you realize every time you and I talk Pulp Fiction, we wind up howling with laughter? It happened last week too. I don't know. It keeps happening. Well, yeah,
it's a legendary film.
Yeah.
And if anybody hasn't seen it, shame on you. Number one. Number two, if you have seen it, go see it again as soon as you can. Because the more times you watch it, the more stuff. There's so much going on in that film that you got to see it over and over to pick up different things every time you watch it. And Paulie, we
got all kind of bunny play going on the comments. Noemi coming in with the obvious. What about Bugs Bunny? The king of all bunnies is Bugs, dude. No question. Great call. Jessica Rabbit, multiple votes for Jessica Rabbit. Lots of Jessica Rabbit, one after another. Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Look at Scarlet. That one's for me and you, Scarlet Fire. Yeah, I got you 100%. Little Bunny Foo-Foo. That's not for them. That's for us. Tony, go ahead.
Can I be that guy? I mean, we have to just the ultimate rober, the ultimate robist, Hugh Hefner and the Playboy Bunny. I mean, it's a very iconic bunny. That's all I'm going to say.
Speaking of robes, see what happens now. We're digressing all over the road here. I meant to talk about Trent Williams and we're talking bunnies and robes. Check this out. There's it's funny we're talking about Boogie Nights actually, because the guy who made that movie is Paul Thomas Anderson. Great filmmaker. I really like his stuff. Generally, his movies are really, really good. Dude, there's a brand new Paul Thomas Anderson movie out, and I'm forgetting the name, forgive me, but it's with Leonardo DiCaprio. And it just opened this weekend. Dude, apparently in this movie, DiCaprio wears a robe through the entire film. That's what I've heard because people are talking about that. Why is DiCaprio wearing a robe the entire film? But he is. So the new PTA movie, just know Leo DiCaprio's out there and he's robed up apparently for the entire movie. So that's just more robe footage for you, T.
We like to inform the people here in the PNP Familia. It's called One Battle After Another.
Thank you.
And I love that you said PTA movie. When I hear PTA, I think Parent Teacher Association.
Well, Paul Thomas Anderson, he married Maya Rudolph, from Saturday Night Live, who I like a lot. Yeah.
Love Maya Rudolph. She rules.
Did you know she's the singer in a Prince tribute band?
No way.
Yep. She's not like a really good singer, and they tour, they gig. I forget the name of the band, but yeah, Maya Rudolph sings in a Prince tribute band. Kind of like I'm doing the Almonds thing. She's doing the Prince thing.
Well, I just love Degrees of Separation too, Paulie. And you just made me think of somebody we got to get on the show. Remember my buddy from high school, Al Madrigal, who's the comedian down in LA, who basically was on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. but also knows people at SNL. And I think he's good friends with Maya Rudolph. And he used to tell great stories about Maya Rudolph. Supposedly she's an amazing just person and really fun to work with. But we should get Al Madrigal on the show because he's a great guest and really funny dude. So just on show production. So write that note down, Paulie. Al Madrigal on the show within the next month. Cool. Cool. Paulie, do you want to go studs duds? Do you want to go review hot and sour? Do you want to go LBP, PMP? Yeah, you know me.
I want to talk more Niners before we go anywhere. I want to talk more Niners. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go Niners into studs and duds?
Sorry, my apologies. My apologies. We got to get back to the supers. Losty, this is what. Come on, Losty, bring the heat with the super. Thank you for the super, Losty. By the way, Niners unfortunately constructed their roster top heavy and older with their core players. Don't look now, but Trent Williams appears average. Let's see.
Well, that's kind of to your point. What did you see? What was it about his performance? I didn't honestly zero in on him a lot yesterday. What did you see that was so kind of concerning? And apparently Lowe saw it too. What did you see from him?
Basically the defensive penetration on most plays and them being unable to run the football. I mean, they even ran it to Trent's side, the left side, and they're not getting any positive gain. It's like, this is not, what'd you say, 17 carries for 49 yards?
Correct. With his average being 2 yards a carry, dude. I mean, that ain't going to work in the NFL for anybody, any team. And
McCaffrey is an incredible football player.
Yeah, but he's got nowhere to go. He's running into a brick wall right now. But I wouldn't just single out. I wouldn't single out Trent's side of the line entirely. I thought it was the entire line. It was the width of the whole line. There was nowhere for him to go.
Paulie, air slap the entire O line if you could. Just air slap him ahoy. So it's not just Trent. You're right. It's not just Trent, but it's this. We talked about this in the freaking offseason before the draft that we wanted O-line help, O-line help, O-line help. And they got Connor Colby in the 7th round. Yes. Okay. And I don't have complaints about Colby. He's been good. He hasn't been great, but he's also I don't think he expected to play this much.
That's the thing. That's it for what he's been asked to do very unexpectedly. I think he's been pretty serviceable. Yeah, I'm not want to pick on Connor Colby because I do think it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. You know.
And by the way, Losty checking in with the second super. Los, you're on fire today. It's a Monday. I love it. You're feeling good on the Monday. Losty definitely doesn't have a case of the Mondays like we might have today, Paulie, because
my case of the Mondays is a case of the 49er aggravation, like the white jerseys where we can't hold on to the football. There's so much to be pissed about. But, dude, the old Golden State Warriors, bro, the Golden State senior citizens, let's rejuvenate this club. Let's bring in Al Horford. Bro, Al Horford is a golden, and I like Al Horford. I do. And I'm glad you brought this up, Losty, because I did. It's almost getting time to start talking Golden State Warrior basketball. Dude, if that's not bad, and again, maybe Horford can become like I don't know, like sort of a Maurice Spates light coming off the bench because the guy's so freaking old. I just don't know how much he has left in the tank. I do like him, but he's old as dirt. And then Tony, also your guy Kuminga. Hey kid.
Yeah.
When Jimmy Butler is hosting a players only camp and you're the only guy that doesn't show up, and then you're jumping up and down saying, "Give me more money." Listen, I know the NBA, they're always going to support their fellow player. You got to get paid. I got to get my bag, blah, blah, blah. Dude, part of that, though, is show up and be a teammate. Don't isolate yourself. I'm getting a bad vibe about Kuminga. They got to put a stop to this one way or another. Is he in? Is he out? I don't care anymore. Let's just get on with it. Whatever it's going to be. I would trade him. Personally, I would trade Kuminga at this point. I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. And I'm tired of the aggravation. I really am. And I feel like if they re-sign him, it's just going to be more of this. Dude, you ain't Steph Curry, kid. You ain't Klay Thompson. You're Jonathan Kuminga. You're a young player with a lot of potential, but you haven't done anything yet. And not attending Jimmy Butler's camp, to me, is just a bad move. Bad look. It really is.
I have a request. Can I put a super on the show? I have a request because
how much?
I want you to talk to Kuminga. By the way, Kuminga is like the Warriors version of Juwan Jennings, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're good.
Yeah.
You're not great.
No,
you're not great.
And what's he really accomplished so far? Not much, really, individually, not a lot.
And dude, Juwan, by the way, is not helping his cause at all.
Nope.
This season so far.
Nope.
Jawan dropped, and he's hurt. He's getting hurt every week. Every week he's getting hurt. Literally all 4 weeks he's getting hurt. Don't tell me that him missing 5 weeks of training camp isn't contributing to that.
Don't tell me you love me. Night Ranger. You know what I mean? Don't tell me you love me. Great track, by the way. Shout out Brad Gillis. That's our buddy in Night Ranger. And I like Don't Tell Me You Love Me. Sorry, but go ahead.
If you had to choose, would you go Don't Tell Me You Love Me? Or would you go Sister Christian? Or would you go
You Can Still Rock in America? That's a great one now. You can still rock in America. Oh, yeah. If I could, all right. Yeah, dude. All right.
You Can Still Rock in America.
Yeah, yeah.
That reminds me, dude. Bruce Springsteen said a long time ago, it's really hard to write an ending of a song. And dude, the ending of You Can Still Rock in America is it's like great, cold.
Yeah.
Stops on a dime. Cold.
Yeah. That's a hard out, bro. As they say in the biz, that's a hard out. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's like a perfect. Yeah.
I get pissed off when I hear fade outs on albums or on like radio, versions of songs. Like I still say this forever, Paulie. The Drop Dead Legs album version.
Oh, I should have let that go. I could take 10 more minutes of that jam. Sorry, you guys. Tony and I are having a musical moment here. But I'm with you. Give me Drop Dead Legs. You know what? The other one I wanted to keep going was Aerosmith Last Child.
Yeah, dude.
That thing is heating up big when they faded out. I mean, I think back then they had restrictions because of vinyl. You could only fit so much time on each side. So, but I want to know where that Last Child jam goes, dude, because it's heating up big when they faded out.
Hey, if I was if I was Ted Templeman back in the day, I would have said,
The rules are there ain't no rules.
I would be like, you know what? Remember, dude, I love the Come On, Dave, give me a break. And then one break coming up.
I like the way the line runs up the back of the stocking right here. Here's the problem, though. If you're going to, you know what I mean? He's talking to the girl and all that, and Everybody Wants Some. Yeah. Hey, where'd you get that shirt? He's like, yeah. You know the line in the stocking, right? Come on. What?
Just wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah. Well, the question is, though, if you want a longer Drop Dead Legs jam, what are you taking off that record to accommodate that? It's a space thing, and I'm not taking anything off of that. I want the whole thing intact.
Why has it got to be spatial? Why can't they just have like 10 songs instead of 8? Dude, the House of Pain jam on that album is
You're right. You're right. That's a great one, too. Yeah, it's crazy, actually. Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyways, crazy, insane. We're talking devotion, man. So, Paulie, I want to go back.
What was that from? What was that?
Well, do you want to guess what that was? I think you know.
Is it Goonies?
No, but it's a bar scene in one of our favorite movies.
Oh, Weird Science?
Yeah.
On the telephone? Yeah. She called me on the telephone. All right, anyway, Tony, let's move. Let's keep this moving. You were talking about, Low Steve's back. Our teams are becoming as old as the music. We like, and that's not good. The music will hold up. I'm not so sure about Al Horford. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's I do appreciate it, though, Low Steve. Thank you. And it's about that time. So the Warriors are going to start coming into the Hey, where's my guy, Escobar? Come in. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Great line from one of our great views. This kid, I need more Escobar. I just need more. You know what I mean? And thank you. Dude, every time I see the picture, too, of him, like texting with the mask, I'm just a fan. What can I say?
This is a great super from a man that we like to call Cheeks. Escobar is the name, but we also like to call him Cheeks because he offered up footage of his cheeks.
On Twitter, I believe he calls himself the villain you need. I'm thinking about rearranging that to the cheeks you need. You know what I mean? The cheeks. Can you get the cross up real quick on a Monday? Let's just take a look and see if everything's intact.
Hang on one sec.
Because it helps my head. Yeah, just with the spandex and the Mike Reno tribute, it's always good to celebrate. Right. Yeah, there you go. Just like we remember. Thank you.
By the way, this picture is labeled on my computer as Escobar and then $2 signs. Escobar.
Beautiful. I want everybody to know, last time Tony and I were at Longbridge a couple of weeks ago, at one point during lunch, I looked up and that's what was on the flat screen at Longbridge. So people just eating lunch. They have no idea if they're not down with the PMP show. Like, what am I looking at here? Some guy crossing his fingers. That happened. That truly happened. All right, Tony, let's go to Studs and Duds. I think it's probably time.
Oh, transition. I like that. I
mean, right? We're going to pivot and put a pin and be transparent and all that kind of stuff. I do want to get in.
No, you drop a pin.
Drop a pin. I don't know. Dropping pins, dropping beats, drop dead legs. We'll drop whatever we have to. But Tony, I would like you to actually start the festivities today with your Studs and Duds, and I'll wrap it up. But I want to give you kind of first crack, first at bat of the game, or leadoff hitter in Studs and Duds.
I'm going to start off with Duds. I'm going to start because I got a case of the Mondays. Remember Office Space? Someone's got a case of the Mondays. I freaking love that.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
She's actually on our little thumbnail today. I put her mug on the thumbnail today.
By the way, when we talk about Office Space, shout out to that guy, the next door neighbor, who can hear everything that's going on when they're talking about robbing the company. He's like, yeah, you guys, I don't think I'd do that if I were you. Just yelling through the wall. Just shout out to that guy, the neighbor who gets involved. Go ahead. And Jennifer Aniston, of course, with the suspenders and the tchotchkes or whatever.
Scarlet Fire, I hear you. This is what it sounds like when Duds cry.
Who said that?
Scarlet Fire, which is
cheers, Bonnie. Nice one. Yeah.
Paulie, I already spoke of this, but I'll just highlight them as my first dud is the Niner O-line, just as an overall dud. I had this on in my notes before the show started.
Yep.
With a running back like Christian McCaffrey, 17 carries, 49 yards is unacceptable.
I agree. It is. It's unacceptable. And they should be pissed. Maybe they'll get a really nasty attitude for this Rams game, but you're right. That is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. And also, Paulie, to have Purdy be under pressure the entire game, dude.
And he's got a bad foot. He's a steel plate in his shoe. I mean, there's a lot of factors here. And if they can't protect, this is going to be a long year. Because Mac Jones got hurt last week. Brock is definitely not 100%. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't step on you. Keep going, T.
Also, let me get Patty's a super. Hey, Patty, how are you? Hope you had a great weekend. So sorry I have to drop, kind of like the Niners did. Well, Paul, hold on. Hey, Patty has to drop. But be good. And to me, they are all duds. F. They all get an F.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's like Mr. Hand walking through the classroom. F.
Oh, the bet, just dropping papers, dude, dropping them.
F.
Yeah, totally. Great call.
2 weeks we've been talking about the Platt Amendment. What are you people on dope?
That's the bet, dude. As you said, just F.
Yeah.
F. Just dropping them like he's so offended. Yeah.
So that's the Niner O-line is my dud because of Purdy being under constant pressure and McCaffrey 17 carries for 49 yards with literally creating runs on his own because there were very few holes to run through. And then the 2 interceptions that Brock threw were both tipped balls by defensive pressure. And Paulie, also the fact that now Purdy's saying that his toe bothered him all game long. This is the question we asked last week, dude. Like, should they have put Purdy back under center yesterday? I know hindsight's 2020, but we talked about it before on Friday that maybe don't rush him back if he's not fully healthy. Give Mac Jones one more week and the quick turnaround to Thursday Night Football against a freaking very good Rams team that is ready to chomping at the bit to host the Niners. Sean McVay is already like, yeah, dude, come on, guys.
Nice. Dude, very good. I do too many voices. I want you to get involved, dude. You give me more McVay because right now, dude, he's gelling up right now.
How are my spikes looking, man? I got a national game on Friday. I'm on Prime on Thursday. I'm on Prime.
So he's gelling up, dude. He's
You know, this is a visual. I actually see Sean McVay like lifting weights naked and staring at himself in a mirror,
saying, Niners Thursday. They're coming to our house, guys. And by the way, somebody grease up my pecs. Look at my pecs. God damn, I look great. I look freaking great. Rams week, man. It's Rams Niners.
Yeah. I love this voice. He's like a little elf running around the field, dude, in the end zone, jumping around with his play. Like a little Sprite. You know what I mean? Like Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah.
I forget who scored the touchdown, but he ran into the end zone. He's jumping on their shoulders and tapping their helmets. It's like, dude, it was really.
There was a still shot. I don't know if you remember this, but it was when he did that a couple seasons ago, dude. There was a picture going around of him literally in the end zone with his headset on, and he looked like a little kid at Christmas. It was so obnoxious. Anyway, we got one more Super Tony, if you could. It's another Escobar. He keeps checking in again. Hit Escobar and then finish your duds, because I like where you're going with all this.
Hang on a sec. Escobar says, all right, kids, I have a meeting in 10. Have a great rest of the day. Love you all. PMP Familia. Dude, Escobar, Cheeks, represent in the meeting, Cheeks. Good luck in the meeting, buddy.
Thanks, Escobar. We'll see you tomorrow, man. We'll see you tomorrow. So anyway, finish up on your duds. And I love what you're saying, man. Let them have it.
And then, so that's the Niner line. That, it's unacceptable. Yeah. It's with a running back, and also BRJ is not doing much. And I think I'm literally the only person on this boat right now, but I would not mind seeing just a little bit of Garendo, just a little. Just give me a taste.
Especially when your ground game is so ineffective. Let's take a look at another back. I agree 100%. I got no problem. Let's just show the defense a different look. McCaffrey's going nowhere today, so let's try something different. Yeah.
Is everybody forgetting how good Garendo was at the second half of the season last year and the final third of the season last year? He was a good running back, dude. And he's durable. He's fast. I don't understand why he has not seen one offensive snap, dude, in 4 games. I'll die on this. I don't know. He was going to be McCaffrey's backup until they brought Robinson Jr. in. I like Robinson Jr. I know he's a starting caliber back. I get all that. But when he's not doing much, mix it up.
Think about this, Tony. Think about this. So Robinson got 5 carries yesterday, 21 yards, not much. And here are their total rushing stats on the day. 24 rushing attempts, 83 yards, bro. That is not going to work in the NFL. No. Obviously, you're not going to beat Jacksonville. You're not going to beat the Rams. You're really not going to beat anybody if you cannot at least effectively run the football to a degree. And they can't. There is no ground game right now. So go ahead, Tone.
No, it just upsets me because I think that he could be fresh legs. He wants it. Yeah. You know he's going to bust his ass for you like he did last year. I mean, I don't get it. But I'm not a pro football coach and I'm not at practice every day. But this is just my observation. I don't know. I don't know. And Jordan Mason, by the way, again, what did he do? I'm looking at he's 16 carries for 57 yards for the Vikings. By the way, the Vikings are struggling. They're 2-2. But I miss Jordan Mason. And so that bums me out. So that my other dud, and this is just a quick one, Paulie. And then
you're going double duds today.
I have to.
Okay.
Because as bad as the Niners played yesterday, they still could have and should have won that game. Yeah. Because the PI call in Upton Stout was total horse S. That wasn't pass interference. That was a great defensive play. And if you're going to call that pass interference, then you could literally call that on every single defensive play on a cornerback or a DB. So, and that was a massive, massive turn of events. That would have been Niner ball deep in Jags territory. All of a sudden, it's Jags ball and plus 15 yards. So it's like, okay, what anyways. So the refs are my duds as well because they also missed that block in the back on the Jags punt return that they returned the punt return for a TD, which was the difference in the game score wise. And the block in the back was literally right in front of the ref, dude. I mean, he's staring at it. And I'm watching the game with Mark Wiseman. Your mom is cool. And we both go, dude, block it. Whoa, where's the flag? Oh, there's a flag coming. And no flag came. And it was as obvious as the block in the back gets. It was what's his name? Number 33, Saran Neal. He's on special teams. He's the gunner. He's running down, and also he gets blocked in the back. Guy sets the guy free down the field. He goes. So those calls and the refs are my duds, Paulie. You can go ahead and take it from there.
Well, what about your stud? Do you want to go studs or you want me to go duds first?
I want you to go duds, and then
okay. Well, my dud is, dude, it's not going to be I'm not going to be friendly today, and I'm not going to be very forgiving to this guy. My dud is Brock Purdy. Mm-hmm. I thought he looked poor, like piss poor, dude. Most of his throws were erratic. They were too high. They were too far out of reach. They were behind guys. Like, they were too low. He just didn't look ready to play. He looked rusty. And again, this is a guy, the Niners just gave him, he's the highest paid quarterback in 49er history. Mm-hmm. So with that comes a lot of responsibility. And with that comes higher expectations. Like, Brock, you got paid. Go out there and show it to me now. Go out there and show. And I don't disagree with you, dude. Your original thing, like, if and I wonder how serious Mac Jones' knee is, to be honest with you. Maybe that factored into the decision to play Brock because Mac was so banged up. We don't really know the extent of Mac Jones' knee. But I will tell you this. If Mac Jones started yesterday, I would not have had a problem with that. We talked about it last week. Listen, if Brock Purdy needs another week to get back to feeling like he can play, let him take another week, dude. There's 14 games left. It was a long year. But they trot him out there. I know he wants to be on the field, and I do respect that. I do think Brock is a very tough athlete in the NFL. Like, it's hard to keep him off. The guy played with broken ribs, man. And playing that position with broken ribs, you got my respect. But again, his numbers yesterday, 22 of 38. He did pass for 309 yards. He was sacked 3 times. Quarterback rating 52.1, 2 interceptions. And again, it's just the overall lack of command on the offense yesterday. There was no rhythm. There was no flow. I talked about how erratic his passing was. And that's something we're not used to seeing with him. Like, and I thought there was a couple of times when he was getting flushed out of the pocket, like he almost had like a panicky reaction to the pressure. I just didn't like the way he looked, man. And he did some of his decisions were very un-Purdy-like. He's been so disciplined and so smart in his time under center in San Francisco that I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to see that performance yesterday. And again, it's not just Brock, but I am singling him out for the sake of the duds conversation. You could talk about the 4 turnovers. You could talk about the 6 drops. You could talk about the special teams play. And I give all of those categories Fs. And then there's the fact that they can't run the football. Then there's the fact that there's injuries all over the place. Like, 0 quarterback hits, 0 sacks. So it was a team-wide day of just poor grading all over the field. But for me, Tony, I'm circling the big dog, man. You want to be the big kid on the block, you got to perform, especially when you're at home. Brock Purdy is a dud today. I hope he redeems himself on Thursday. So let's pick up the mood, maybe go to studs and lighten things up a little bit, you know?
The only response I want to have to that, Paulie, is my 6 drops and constant pressure. It's like what we always talk about. All of the great quarterbacks in history of the NFL had great O-lines as well, right? They had time to pass the football. They had time to have routes develop downfield. So I feel for Brock a little bit. He had a bum toe, 6 drops, and under pressure all day. But I hear what you're saying, dude. Moving on to studs. I'm staying right at the Vi.
Good.
I'm staying right in the heart. Nothing says San Francisco 49ers football to me than Santa Clara, California.
Nothing says Niner football like Santa Clara. Nothing says Niner football like Tasman Drive, dude. When I think Tasman Drive, I'm like, dude, that's at the heart of Niner legacy and tradition. You can't talk Joe Montana without talking Tasman Drive. You know what I'm saying? And nothing says Niner tradition better than wearing our road jerseys in our first 2 home games. What the F are we doing? The more I think about this, the crazier I'm getting. Why are we? Anyway, sorry, it's your stud. I'm getting upset. Go ahead, TT. Take the mic away from me, bro. Go. Yeah.
I'm completely with you on the whites. It's ridiculous.
And shout out Tasman Drive for life. You know, Lawrence Expressway, dude. You talk Niner ball, you better be talking Lawrence Expressway. You sprinkle in a little 237. You know, that's what it's all about.
You stole my thunder. I was going to say shout out 237. I want to get a t-shirt with just a red and gold 237 logo because it's not
faithful to 237, dude. Faithful to Tasman. Yeah.
I will say, though, if you are going to Levi's, 237 is the way to go. And then you go north 1st Street, and then you take a right on, I think it's called Montana Avenue.
It should be. It's what it should be called.
It's not named after Joe. God, why would they ever do something like that? But the Santa Clara, back to Santa Clara. I'm staying in Santa Clara for my stud.
Yeah.
Paulie, Travis Etienne just feasted on that Niner defense. 19 carries, $124 and a touchdown. Feasted on that defense. And I'm like, dude, you know what? all in all, like you could say the defense played well, all in all, but not when you look at ETN's day. ETN had a very good day, and I got to tip my cap. He's one of my studs. And then, dude, just a quick stud. And I hate to say this, Paulie.
Go ahead.
But coming up Thursday, dude, you got your guy, Matthew Stafford, 29-41 for 375 yards and 3 TDs yesterday, buddy.
Hey,
be ready. They're going to, it's, dude, Kyrie Williams.
McVay's doing naked curls. You just said it. Dude, he's doing curls naked, looking in the mirror.
Honey, gel up my hair while I'm doing curls. Come on. Give me some more of that gel. Give me that Aquanet.
And by the way, dude, I just want to back up your points with some numbers here. ATN yesterday, Tony, 19 carries, 124 yards, dude. $120. That's a big day for any running back in the NFL. And it came at our expense. Came at the expense of the San Francisco defense. That touchdown when he turned that corner, like there's nobody back. It was just an upset. It's upsetting to see guys galloping through the back end of our defense. You know what I mean? With no help. It's again, as I said at the beginning, dude, I am concerned. I'm a little concerned about where they are right now.
I'm going to share something, Paulie, just because we're talking McVay, and it was against the Niners. That's why we remember it so well. But here it is, dude. Here.
Oh, Christ.
Benford end zone pass.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Touchdown. Higby, his second. What's he got bothering him now?
Tony, this is not becoming of an NFL coach. You're not supposed to run downfield, jump around with your players in the end zone. He didn't even get penalized for that. It should not be a penalty. You know what I mean?
We talked about that. I'll never forget you and I talked about this, I think on Paulie's podcast back when this happened, being like, dude, that should be a penalty. Let's get in the end zone. Watch, bump into the ref.
Kill the audio on the clip. Play it without the audio because you were getting muted there. But look at that look, dude. Look at him. That's what I say. He's like a little kid trying to open his Christmas present. Dude, you know what I mean? Like, go back to your room. Go back to your room. Get the hell. And the ref is laughing. Look at the ref. So we're having so much fun. Anyway, I'm worried about this kid. I'm worried about this McVay character, dude. The naked curls, the gel, it's coming our way. Do you have any other comments with your studs, or you still go ahead?
I got a super. I got Dub City as a super. He says, "Would you rather be the Niners or Raiders?" Well, dude, or would you rather be the Niners or Raiders right now? Also, that stadium in Vegas when the Raiders score, I swear it's a weird muted reaction. Does not feel like a huge home field advantage in Vegas. Definitely not Dub City because Vegas is such a tourist destination. You never have a home field.
No.
You never have a home field. And dude, would you rather be the Niners or would you rather be the Baltimore freaking Ravens right now? 1-3, Lamar Jackson down. Dude, by the way, Chiefs, can you get any luckier? Can you get any luckier that Lamar Jackson has to go down? Granted, he wasn't playing that well, but dude, still, I'm not counting Lamar Jackson out if he plays a full, healthy 4 quarters. And they lost 7 of their defensive starters yesterday, dude. Don't get me started on the luck of the Chiefs, man. And I mean, sure, the Chiefs won. And looking back, probably like, well, we can talk about it in hot and sour. We'll talk about it in hot and sour. So, but my point is, I'd rather be the Niners than the Ravens right now, or the Raiders, as Dub City says. So, thank you for the super, Dub City.
Okay. Well, yeah. I agree too. I'll pick it up from there, T. Thank you. And I'm going to say that I'd rather be the Niners. I mean, the Raiders are a dysfunctional disaster as usual. I know Tony was, and I remember at the beginning of the year, you were optimistic. You're like, yeah, Pete Carroll's going to breathe some, I don't see it, dude. It looks, and Geno Smith, dude, you got to get a quarterback. Geno Smith is not the freaking ant. You see his numbers yesterday? I think he threw for like $150 or something, like very modest numbers, very pedestrian. He's not elite. And it's not personal. It's not, but Geno Smith is not the answer. Pete Carroll knows that. I mean,
Paulie, just an update. Geno Smith, 14 of 21 for $117, two TDs. 3 picks.
No, that's the thing. And I've seen enough already out of Geno Smith. I mean, I would designate him as a backup, and I would try somebody else. I don't know who else they have on that roster. Or I would make a move, dude. Bring somebody in. Try somebody. Like Mariota, listen, there are good backups out there. You know what I mean? Like, there are guys that are capable of winning you games. Look at Jackson Dart. Dude, Jackson Dart, this little punk. He comes in with his freaking gold chain and all this nonsense. He's trying to stiff-arm defenders. He got a little carried away yesterday. But, dude, talk about a shocking upset. The New York Giants beat the Chargers. And you know what, dude? Final thing, Malik Neighbors he's done. that turf, that surface at MetLife has been a freaking problem for 10 years now. So ever since they opened that joint, don't forget that's where we lost Nick Bosa when he blew his knee out. And it continues to take players off the field. They got to do something about that. I mean, do away with the artificial turf, throw some real grass down. Let's be reasonable, because you can't be having your biggest investments getting hurt on that same surface year in, year out. I got a little carried away, but originally, Tony, no, I'd rather be the Niners.
Yeah.
I will say this in the defense of that stadium. I saw the Stones there a couple of years ago, that 2022 or something. That place is beautiful. You're right about the fans. The Raider fan base, they've lost the connection. You have more opposing fans coming in because, like Tony said, people are in Vegas and they just want to go see an NFL game. I don't think there's any real support for the Raiders outside of that core kind of fan base. And it's a bad look for the Raiders. They deserve better. But listen, you want to go to Vegas, that's what you get. I mean, that's what happens. But I'm not going to trash their stadium. I think it's a really, really nice place to see a game or a show. It is.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue. The Death Star, Paulie. But I also want to say that the Raiders running game looked good with Ashton Genty, the rookie, looking good. I mean, dude, he had 21 carries, $138 and a touchdown. And also backing up Ashton, Raheem Mostert, 4 carries, 62 yards. Great to see him back in the mix, dude. I love Mostert, man.
Me too. And he's such a cool guy, dude. Every time I had a conversation with the guy, he's just a really, really good dude, Raheem. So I back Raheem forever, man.
Forever. So I'm happy to see Mostert get some love. But the Raiders, and they gagged that game away, dude. They were ahead late, and then they gagged that game away to the Bears. Yes, Paulie, what are you pointing at?
I was pointing to Rags for a second because he's saying, and actually, Rags, you're surfacing at a good time here. So Rags is saying, first of all, the inside of MetLife Stadium looks like a prison, and I don't disagree. And I would say the outside of MetLife Stadium, it might be the ugliest stadium in the NFL. It might be the ugliest stadium in the league. It looks like it's wrapped in tinfoil when you drive by. It's very offensive to the eye. And I went back there to see Springsteen. Remember, I was staying at your house, Rags. I flew back to see Bruce. Even then, it didn't feel like the old Giant Stadium used to. So, no, it's a horrible facility. So my studs of the day, actually, Rags, I'm going with Sunday Night Football as my stud. And I'll tell you why. It was just a great way to end the football weekend. What's going on? Go.
I have a leg cramp. Hold on, dude. Sorry. Oh.
You gotta hydrate. You're not hydrated. That's your problem. You gotta hydrate.
I drink a ton of water. Just bad position, leg cramp. Oh God, it's gone.
I thought you were laughing. I was like, Cher, I want to know the joke. What's so funny? But it turns out it was pain. It wasn't humor. It was pain. Yeah.
Hamstring cramp. But I will say, you know what gets rid of it every time is the pressure point right here. Pushing this pressure point. Everybody, if you ever get a cramp, just push on that pressure point.
We'll keep that in mind as I get back to the studs. So I want to say that the Sunday Night Football game between the Packers and the Cowboys was just such a great treat for us what a great way to end the weekend of football. An overtime affair. Final score is 40-40. Thing ends in a tie, which you don't see every day. But I will say this. I thought Dak Prescott looked really good.
Yeah.
I will also say this. The Green Bay Packers, they ain't all that. They thought, we're going to run the NFC. Look at our defense. Guess what, dude? Maybe not so fast on that BS. Never been a big Packers guy, Tony. I'm not going to hide that from you. Goes back to Brett Favre, Antonio Freeman, all those jackasses. The guy in the hot tub with the high school girls, Chewy. You know what I mean? Chewy. I reject all of it. And I reject present-day Packer goings-on as well. So I was happy to see that the Packers ain't all they think they are. And the Cowboys, dude, you know what? If they can shore things up a little bit, CeeDee Lamb comes back, they might win some games, surprise some people. But again, it was just a back and forth affair, dude. It was like really, really a great way to end the season or end the weekend. So I'm just going stud as Sunday Night Football because it was probably the best game we'll get all year. It was a barn burner.
How about, can I also just put the I don't know, the production crew or whoever for Sunday Night Football? Not once, but twice they put Brett Favre's mug on the TV screen as if he's some good dude.
Yeah, no, he's such a good dude. He robbed from like GoFundMe pages like the ones we built. He steals money from charities. I got no time for Favre. None.
Yeah, but it amazes me how they put him on this pedestal last night. Like, there's Brett Favre. Look who's here. Brett Favre's here. Yeah. It's like, hey, why don't you, if you're going to show a picture of him, talk about how much of a D-bag he is.
Right.
And so-
It'd be like at the Academy Awards or something, and they'd be like, "Hey, there's Bill Cosby. What a great guy, Bill Cosby. Look at Bill Cosby. Oh, the senior citizen of all comedy." You know what? I feel you. I feel your point, dude. The guy's a scumbag.
Yes.
Truly. If you rob from charities, dude, you need help. You need some freaking help, dude. I mean, there's something wrong with that guy.
Okay, timeout. We got super. Yes, couldn't agree more, Paulie.
Yeah.
And don't show him on the screen and highlight him as if he's some great dude who's done so many great things for people. No, it's exact opposite. The case is opposite. Anyways, Paulie, Pine Needle. This is a very good point that Pine Needle brings up. He says, and thanks for the super, Pine Needle. Love the support. We appreciate you. QB numbers are down big due to the new kickoff field starting position. And he says 80 passing yards per game average down. It's a really good point. And by the way, how about the fact that if you kick the ball in the end zone now, it's you start at the 35. We haven't even talked about that.
Why not put him at the 50? You know what I mean? Here, let's start you at midfield. You've done so much. Yeah, like what are we doing? I don't get. It's like that's like the NFL's version of the ghost runner, putting the ball on the 35. Like really? Wow, that's like okay.
As if it's like
If you're about 15 yards from field goal position now. The way kickers have improved in the league, it's like all you got to do is get a first down, maybe 5-6 more yards. Now we're in field goal range.
Totally.
For nothing.
It makes zero sense. They act like if it's easy to get to the 35. It's not.
Yeah.
The same way baseball, like you said, Paulie, acts like it's easy to get to second base as a hitter or as an offense. Oh, we're just going to drop a runner in second base. Oh, we're just going to put you at the 35 if the kicker. Now, granted, it does motivate kickers to be more precise in their kickoffs. But dude, give me a break with this 35.
I do, and I want to say this, Tony. I think the thinking behind that in the league offices is, hey, we'll give the fans more offense. Everybody loves more offense, and I guess that's true. But I got to be honest with you, dude, and I might be kind of an outlier here, but it's the same way in baseball. I love a pitcher's duel. Like I love great pitching, and I love when two guys are going head to head. Like we saw it with Verlander and was it Kershaw or Yamamoto? We saw a good one recently where Verlander went 7 and the opposing, I think it was Yamamoto, he went 6 or 7. And I love those kind of games, low scoring, great pitching. And in football, like I think about like the Monday night game in 90 between the Niners and the Giants, final score 7-3.
Yep.
Every snap of that game was gripping. And so my point is they might be overshooting their kind of the way they read the fan base. I think there's a lot of fans. I don't think we have to have 45 to 38 scores to be entertained. Dude, I'm entertained at 10-7. You know what I mean? I just want good football. And I agree with you, dude. Putting the ball in the 35 is just like, I don't know who that's good for other than more offense and higher scores. But I'm not so sure that the fans are really clamoring for that.
The fans we're clamoring for supers right now, Paulie, because we've got a few more that I'd like to get to. So stand by.
Okay.
We've got Miriam checking in. Miriam says, I was in Vegas this weekend. Lots of folks in Bears jerseys. I saw nobody wearing Raider gear. Motley Crue was fantastic, by the way. Miriam.
Hey,
that is you covered the gamut right there.
Listen, Miriam, I wish I knew you were going to Vegas. That's freaking awesome. If you have any pictures, send them into the show, pauliespod@gmail.com. Because, Tony, guess what? Day 6, still haven't gotten to the mailbag.
Here's the thing.
I almost don't even want to say it too loud. I almost want to say it in hushed tones. But I got pictures of Miriam. I got pictures of Patty from that. But we're backloading stuff now. But I want to see that Motley Crue show. She said it was fantastic. I saw him playing Too Fast for Love. I got pangs. I was like, damn, I should go check that out. Too fast for love. Glad you had a good time, Miriam. Thank you. Tony, what were you going to say? You do realize our mailbag has never been seen by the light of day.
I was going to say, I believe that Wednesday nights are the best time to do the mailbag, but if we got to just do it. Maybe we start the show with the mailbag this time.
Ooh, I like that's like starting the show with drums in space. You know what I mean? Throw a curveball out there. They're not expecting that. Okay, we'll do that. Mailbag gets kicked to Wednesday. Stevie Groschel, shout out Mostert of Puppets, 100%. Mostert, Mostert. I loved Kittle and Staley. They blocked for Raheem. Kittle and Staley, they blocked for Raheem. Yeah, that was a good one, man. That was fun. And thank you.
Mostert. How we ended it is great. So
yeah.
thank you, Grosh. Thank you for being a VIP for 4 months, and thank you for the super as well. But he's a super. Thank you much, Steve Grosh. And by the way, Steve Groschel and Corinne both will be attending the Slices for Sami tonight for Longbridge Pizza at Longbridge Pizza, the benefit that Neil Donardi is hosting at Longbridge Pizza tonight, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sold out, by the way. And there's 6 different pizzerias will be involved, and then a comedy show from 8 to 9 p.m. all at Longbridge Pizza tonight. Dude, this is on Neil's off day when they're closed. He says, you know what? Let's open the doors to Longbridge for a benefit. Let's hook up our buddy Sami, who is a business owner in the dog patch. Steve and Corinne will be there representing the PNP Familia. And Paulie, maybe we go into a Longbridge Pizza spot here real quick because
we do. We got to do the Longbridge and we got to wrap the show too. But real quick, Pib Ford is a super. So give Pib Ford some love and I'll get to the Longbridge spot.
Nice, Pib. Look at the logo on Pib, by the way.
Yeah, Pib Ford's a badass, man. Pib Ford, Paulie and Tony, your thoughts on Diamond Dave's Tobacco Road? Oh, dude, that's a bad jam. I know how I feel. Tony, I'll let you get started.
Dude, that's a yes, dude. The bad jam. Yes, 100%, man. And dude,
bow, bow, back at you, bow, bow. I was born, bow, 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 tobacco, whoa, bow, bow, back at you, bow, bow. Yeah, I guess that means we like it. Hey, listen, Diamond Dave's involved. I'm generally going to respond positively, except for what's going on now. We got to get Dave off the stage. We got to get him out of there. I know he's a performer. You know what I think he should do for real? He should go out and do like a spoken word show like Henry Rollins, because the stories Dave could tell it'd peel the freaking skin off your head. And it's gone. Dave, you can't sing no more, kid. You can't do it. You got to stop doing this. But Tobacco Road, 100%. Great track, dude. And thank you, Pib Ford. Thank you.
Pib Ford, great track. Love that you're bringing that to the table. But he could sit at a piano and tell stories and then break into like verse for like one line of a song.
Yeah.
Sing the line of a song and then tell the story about how he wrote that song, or a story about playing that song in a certain town or whatever.
Let him do like he did on that video when he did Just a Gigolo. Dave TV, all Dave, all night. Like put Dave in a talk show. Maybe he can replace Kimmel or something. You know what I mean? And when Colbert goes out, let Dave take that desk. All right, Tony, Longbridge Pizza. Listen, for the love of God, we love Longbridge Pizza. You were just talking about Neil's dedication. He is the epitome and definition of a concerned citizen in the community, because he's concerned with his customers. He's concerned with people around him, those in need like Sami. Neil steps right up and says, how can I help? What can I do? And what you can do, even though the doors are closed today, is get down to Longbridge Pizza any other day of the week. They are closed on Monday. And discover why we love them so much. The food is spectacular. More and more people are starting to realize how good Neil's Pizza is, those that have never been there before. Like, because people get turned on to it, and they're like, dude, Paulie, that's such a good spot. You were right. I'm like, dude, the only thing I know about in this life is pizza and Grateful Dead shows. That's it. That's all I got. So I'm not going to steer you wrong in either category. I might mess up financially. I might mess up. Like, don't ask me about cars. I don't know anything about cars. Like, what's wrong with my car? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with your car. You know, stuff like, but I do know pizza and I do know the Dead. And by the way, at Longbridge, Neil combines them both, because when you're eating at Longbridge, you would probably hear some Grateful Dead. You'll hear some Rolling Stones. You'll hear some Jane's Addiction, Black Sabbath. Like, their playlist, the atmosphere they create in there is really, really cool. That's why they call it the Vibe Tribe, Tony. So get on down to Longbridge, 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch. Neil's bringing that South City flavor to everything he does. Pizza's stellar. The salads are stellar. Tony loves the vegan options, the vegetarian options. The sandwiches are great on Wednesdays. You have a variety of ways you can go there. You can go chopped cheese. You can go with the chicken parm. You can go Vinny's Gabagool. Here they go, dude. Drizzling the freaking sauce, man. Look at that. Is that Vinny's Gabagool right there?
Yep.
All right, you wrap this one. Take that. This is damn good. Oh, these make me real. That's Neil right there. Yeah. Neil's the best. And their kitchen is snapping, man. It's going on. What do you got to say about Longbridge, Steve?
I was with Neil all weekend at our school festival, and dude, I was running our bar, the Tiger Lounge, with Andrew Sullivan, Mike Ballesteri, Charles Neri. What's up, boys? Thank you for helping me out at the bar. But Neil was right across the way slinging pies all night Friday night all night Saturday night. He also catered Rising Wolf's party. Rising Wolf had a party, who's a dear friend in San Carlos. He hired Neil. Neil said, you know what? I can do both. I can have run the pizzas at the school festival and Rising Wolf's private party. So, dude, Neil can do private parties. He can do catering events. He can do corporate events. And also you can do private events at Longbridge Pizza we've talked about. But I just want to say that Neil, everybody was talking about Neil's Pizza at the festival.
Yeah.
Saying, this is incredible pizza, Tony.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And so I just want to tip my cap to Neil and Andre and everybody at Gabino and everybody at Longbridge Pizza, Steven, Andrew. They all just crushed it this weekend. And it goes to show you the hard work that goes in behind the scenes with Longbridge Pizza. Thank you for the support, guys. Dude, Neil, by the way, I'll show it tomorrow. Neil had cards of Longbridge Pizza and Polymax Particles to give out at the festival. He was handing them out to people at the festival. It's great. So I just wanted to tip my cap to Neil and did a great job. And remind people, that's why I was showing the photo of the sandwiches, because it's not just about the pizza and the beer. It's also the gabagool and the chicken parm and the smack stack burger, and then the Detroit style square pies as well on Thursdays. It's just, and we got Warriors starting up here in 3 weeks, basically.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a fun fall with Warriors ball, Niners ball, and Longbridge Pizza. So great job, Neil, and take it away, Paulie. We got to reveal hot and sour and then wrap the show pretty much.
Yeah, just thank you, Tony, and thank you, Longbridge. We love you, Neil. Looking forward to seeing you soon, bro. And keep up the great work. We love your food and we love you. And Tony, yes, for hot and sour, a kind of even Steven weekend for me. Listen, I rolled the dice. And it almost happened. The Bucks hung around. But they did eventually lose to the Philadelphia Eagles, and they did not cover even with the points they were getting. So, and the Bucks were getting 2.5 points, but they lost by like 5 or 6. So that's a loss. But I did get the Rams game. I got the Rams over the Colts. So I went 1-1. I'm 5-3 on the year. So onward and upward, man. Plenty of games left to pick on the hot and sour picks. How did you do, T? How was your weekend, hot and sour wise?
Well, first of all, I'll start with the bad, and the bad is going to be introduced with sound. Paulie, here we go.
Hey, Paulie. Hi. Phil Sims here.
Yeah. Dude, that's why you never get involved with a Giants game if you can help it. You can't trust them. Can't trust them.
Hey, Chargers. They should have been a dud of mine as well. You can't. I just could not believe that they gagged that game. They were 6.5 point. 6.5. Hold on. They were 6.5 point favorites in that game. And I said, you know what? I feel confident that they'll win by a touchdown, at least a touchdown. They lose the game, and I got to tip my cap to Jackson Dart and Scadaboo, and I'm bummed about Neighbors. That's because I just like watching Neighbors play. But dude, Chargers, man, that's bad stuff. So I picked the Chargers -6.5. Didn't work out for me. And how about what's his name? Dable, just post game celebration with Jackson Dart. Like,
well, that kid might have just saved his job.
Totally.
I mean, seriously, no wonder he's so happy. Hey, he's like the epitome. There's a lot of guys in New Jersey that look like Dable, just walking around. You know what I mean? You go into the pizza place, you look over, there's a guy sitting there like Brian Dable, just eating a chicken parm. They're all over there, a dime a dozen in Jersey. The Dable, that look, yeah.
Oh, that's totally true, dude.
Yeah.
And how about the chain on Dart's neck?
Bro, this kid, did you see the glasses, dude, in his post game? Did you see the glasses he was wearing, like clear frames with sparkles or something? I'm like, wow, this kid's bringing a lot of sass to the equation, which is fine as long as you're winning. You got to back that kind of shit up with. Whoops, there's another.
Oh, there it is. All right, okay.
Oh, by the way, hello to everybody watching on Crown 4 Plus. Sorry about that. It happens. We get loose. We're emotional guys. Also, shout out to our Twitter people on X. Thank you so much. Instagram, we love you guys. YouTube, and then Crown 4 Plus. Thank you guys. So, Tony, you lost the Giants game. What was your other one? I forget.
Lost the Giants game, but I won the Houston Texans because the Texans just.
That's right. Yeah.
26-0. Yeah. They handled their business at home against the Tennessee Titans. Dude, the Titans. Eesh. That's rough going right there. So good job by the Texans and D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud. Stroud had a good game. He played well. Nico Collins played well. So I am back in the win column, I guess. So still though, dude, I've only got 2 wins on the season.
I got you at 2-5. Yeah.
2-5. So
yeah.
Is it 2 and
actually 2-6? It would be 2-6, yeah, because there's 8 games. So you're 2-6. I'm at 5-3. But you know what? If I'm creative Tony right now, I'm not even worried about it because it's such a long season, dude. You could have a couple of weeks where you go 2-0, 2-0, and then bam, you're above 500 just like that. So Don't even worry about it. The hot and sour picks giveth, they taketh away. I got to shout out Arkansas Dave real quick. What's up, Arkansas Dave? Going, Teddy, bro. Hold that picture. Teddy KGB, 100% paid that man his money. You know what I mean? Hanging around all night. Check. Great call, dude. I love that film too. Rounders, great one. There's my guy, dude. This is your quarterback of the New York Giants. I mean, look at this kid. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you know what though? And that chain around his neck, he was wearing that thing on the field. He was wearing, I mean, someone's going to rip that right off him at some point. But in any case, he got the win yesterday. He hurt Creative Tony in the process, and it's just more evidence as to why the New York Giants they're a menace. You know what I mean? They're just a menace. Even when they suck, they're still hurting people. Like my friend Tony over here. So down with the Giants. I think we can all agree on that. And thank you guys for everything. I want to remind everybody before we go, last thing, if you do want to get involved in our fundraiser for the San Francisco Marin Food Bank, by all means, you're welcome to chip in whatever you can, even $5, doesn't matter. We're not asking for a lot, whatever you can afford, it all helps. And we got 2 more days of this. So we'll wrap it up on Wednesday once October starts. But again, the San Francisco Food Bank, we've raised $1,225 in just a couple of days here. So my gratitude, you guys, is you can't even measure it. And I'm so not surprised, but just kind of like overwhelmed at the generosity. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that much. I thought maybe we'd get 500 and I would have been thrilled with that. So the fact that it's gone as high as it is, it's give yourselves a round of applause for real. You guys are good people. Good people. They really are. I know Tony got a piece. I got a piece. We were all doing what we can. So thank you very much. Go to the Polymac Particle homepage on YouTube. You can find the food bank link there. It's a GoFundMe page. It's all legit. And the money will go to them in a couple of days. Creative Tony, it was a good exercise today. Feel a little better that we got to talk about it, but I'm not in the greatest of moods when it comes to Niner football. We only got a couple of days to get ready for the Rams. So we'll look at that matchup tomorrow in more detail. Got a Monday night doubleheader tonight, which I'm looking forward to. Back-to-back games. Jets, Dolphins, and Bengals. Who are the Bengals playing again? Who's second game? Bengals. Help me out, you guys. I can bring it up too, but I'm forgetting.
It's Broncos. Bengals, Broncos.
Okay, Bengals, Broncos, Jets. A lot of AFC. Heavy on the AFC tonight. And then Niners, Rams on Thursday. Tony, final thoughts, and we're out.
Final thoughts are I want to send vibes to Ricky Pearsall's knee. Because
that's the last thing we need. I know.
I mean, he's, they think it's a minor PCL injury. So hopefully it's stress on the word minor. And then also Juwan Jennings is
shout out to Makai, a minor threat. Tony, go ahead. Punk band out of DC, minor threat. Sorry, go ahead.
And Ricky, don't lose that number. Ricky, don't lose that PCL. I'm just looking for
Ricky, don't lose that PCL.
Dude. And also, Juwan Jennings uncertain for Thursday night because he's dealing with injuries, I should say. And then Brock Purdy's toe. The vibes to Purdy's toe. We got. I mean, like what?
Shout out Sergeant Holka in stripes talking about like himself. I'm that big toe. You know what I mean? Every foot needs a big toe. And then Bill Murray's like, well, that makes you must be the big toe. Sergeant Holka, Tony Holka. Yeah.
God bless America, dude. So I don't know, vibes to Pearsall's knee, vibes to Jennings' ankle, shoulder, ribs, vibes to Purdy's toe, vibes to Mac Jones's knee, vibes to George Kittle's rehab,
vibes to Jackson Dart's gold chain. You know what I mean? Vibes to Bad Bunny. Here he comes. Get ready for Bad Bunny. He's coming at you during the halftime show because Taylor Swift, that offer didn't reflect her value. You know what I mean? That's the one thing Taylor Swift needs is a few more bucks. She's struggling. Yeah, struggling.
That literally makes me, as we're trying to do our small part to help people in need at the food bank, Taylor Swift is saying that's not enough. It makes me sick to my stomach.
It's all setting the stage for the breakup. I'm telling you right now, if the Chiefs somehow don't make the playoffs, she's going to dump them. I'm riding with that this whole season. I'm telling you.
Dude, unfortunately, Paulie, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Chiefs, Xavier Worthy's back. They scored 37 points. I mean, I know the Ravens were banged up, and I know Lamar got hurt, but the Chiefs looked better than they did in the first 3 weeks, unfortunately.
Well, let me just say this in response to that, Tony. My only response at this point is to stand atop Mount Mount Mac or whatever, wherever I'm sitting here, and say, defund the Kansas City Chiefs. Who's with me? Anybody who wants to join the movement, you're with us. Yeah, Chiefs Jaguars next weekend. Hey, Lily, maybe they can take the ball away from Patrick Mahomes 4 times. That's what they did to us yesterday. Tony, thanks for everything, brother. We love you. Thank you, Dom, Rags, Joe Schmo, Lily, Ray Goodman, Patrick Patton, Noemi Catalina, Lady Catalina, of course, Los D, Escobar the Third, on and on. Miguel, you guys know how it is. I see you. I love you. Thanks for supporting the show. Creative Tony, I want to thank Stellar Design, Domi Peralta. Reach out and have your work done with Dom. You will not regret it, like Mike Damone says. And then, of course, Longbridge Pizza, serving up the best pies in San Francisco, greatest sandwiches in San Francisco, and the greatest vibe with the Vibe Tribe. 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch. Creative Tony, it's time to go. So if Diamond David Lee Roth can come down from Tobacco Road and send us on our way, I think we're good.
A couple things, probably really quick. I'm excited for Bad Bunny's halftime show. I'll admit I'm very excited. It's more than I would be if Taylor Swift was performing.
Okay.
And also, can we avoid playing this soundbite after Thursday night's game?
Drop!
If we can not drop the football 6 times on Thursday night, that'd be nice. That'd be
6 drops, 4 turnovers,
nice.
special teams mishaps. Poorly thrown balls, McCaffrey running into brick walls. We got a lot of concerns here, kids. Let's digest this L. We'll come back tomorrow. I'll be a little more. I hope certainly me. Hopefully my blood pressure cools out, and then Tony and I we'll talk Monday Night Football. Get you ready for the Rams game, and that's all I got today. T. Yeah.
God, we didn't even get to Saleh and Liam Cohen.
We'll get there. We'll do that tomorrow, and we'll also at some point do the mailbag. Sounds like Wednesday night will be that night, but no, we should. We'll talk about the Saleh thing tomorrow. Yeah.
All I gotta say, hey, Liam Cohen, pipe down, dude.
Well, Robert Saleh's quote that I read in the paper was, I'll F up your world. That's what he said to go. And he would. You don't want to mess with Bobby Saleh. He's running steps before the game. He's out of his mind. You don't want to tango with a guy like that. Trust me. Any coach, any assistant coach who's sprinting up and down the stairs of the stadium before kickoff, that's a guy I'm not messing with. I'm just throwing that out there. A little advice to Cohen. Yeah.
Final piece is the footage of Saleh post game where he sees what's going down, he's actually standing there and his fists are clenched.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's out of his head. You don't mess with that guy. Yeah. I've never seen him smile. I've never seen it. Yeah. And standing next to him, you get a little nervous. You're like, damn, this guy. You just don't mess with Bobby Saleh. Anyway.
Who's When I See You Smile? Who is that? When I See You.
John Hyatt?
Ooh.
Is that right? John Hyatt?
I don't know.
I think it is. I think that's John Hyatt.
Hang on. I just got it. Come on. Dude, Bad English, Paulie.
He might be the singer in Bad English, though.
Is he?
I think Johnny Hyatt. Johnny Hyatt. Am I right? I'm standing by it, dude. I'm standing by it. Johnny Hyatt. Yeah.
The last thing we'll do on the show is find out the lead singer of Bad English. Stand by. John Waite.
Hyatt. I don't know where I got that from. I got hotels on the brain. John Waite. That's my guy. Johnny Waite, bro. Johnny Waite.
And Waite with an E at the end.
Is there such a person as John Hyatt? Where did I get that? Did I just make that up?
No, there is. Hiatt.
Yeah, right. There's a Johnny Hyatt. I don't know. I'm all confused. Enough is it. See, it's time for me to go. I got to get myself out of the equation. Give me David Lee Roth for Christ's sake, so we can all go eat some lunch.
And by the way, Bob Melvin, sorry about the news, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. Diamond Dave, here he comes.
All right, you're crossfading, and we're crossfading our way into lunchtime. Thanks again, Lily, Rags, Dom, Scott Saunders, John Joseph, Miguel, Los D. We love all you guys, and we'll do it again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Enjoy Monday Night Football. Let the pieces kind of land with the Giants. We'll talk about Bob Melvin and what comes next tomorrow. Also talk about Bobby Saleh threatening to beat up coaches. Thursday Night Football. Freestone Peaches tickets giveaway. It's going to be a busy week. We'll get to the mailbag as well. Got a special guest on Wednesday. I'll tell you about that tomorrow. And that's all I got. Tony, onward, upward, be cool. And I will see all of y'all at 11 tomorrow. Thank you, PNP Familia. We love you. We'll see you at 11 tomorrow. Cheers, y'all.
Peace, y'all.